Quick question. How did you guys make your first $1 million?
Through apps, mobile apps.
What's the most amount of money you've ever made in a single year doing this?
We're going to do 25 million this year.
8 figures.
Over $10 million a year from this app.
I can show a month.
377,000.
And how old are you?
16.
8.
8 figures.
I bought this at 17 like a month ago.
Hi guys, we are in Los Angeles on Rodeo Drive, the wealthiest street in America. We're gonna be asking people how they made their first $1 million and any advice they have to younger generation. You name the designer store, they're here. Goyard, Rolex, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Gucci. This is where the most successful people in America live and shop. And we're gonna be asking them what advice they have to the younger generation. Stay tuned and let's see what they say. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question about how you made your first $1 million?
Well, I worked hard for it. I'm a plastic surgeon.
What's the most amount of money you've ever made in a single year?
8.
8 figures.
Yep.
And how big is your own shop? Do you still own it? Are you still running it?
Yeah, I'm a facelift surgeon. I have a boutique practice. I have an international practice. And, but one of the things I do that's been really gratifying is I teach endoscopic facelift surgery where there's no scar in front of the ear.
Did you own the shop?
Yes, I started my own practice. I joined someone that was in practice here that had really good connections, that liked me, did a lot for me.
So you followed your passion, became a plastic surgeon, opened up your own shop, made tens of millions of dollars in a single year. But have you ever been broke before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was broke after college. I had deferred my admission to medical school. I was broke. I was in New York. I lived across from the Port Authority bus terminal. I got mugged once, and luckily I only had $3 in my wallet. So I happily gave the guy $3. And I actually still go back there to this day and remember that time and how far I've come since then.
What did that teach you about yourself and how did you overcome it?
Well, it taught me that I had resilience, that I could overcome things and adversity. And I think, I do a lot of charity work, and the patients that we help have had their face burned and domestic violence victims. And when you look at people like that, whatever problems you have get smaller and smaller, and they support each other. And I think that's the main lesson that I've learned that I try to teach in life, is that the difference between human beings and other animals is that we're all here to help each other out, and human beings help each other out. And that's something that I really has helped me also to remember that.
I love that. That's so inspirational. So you're able to shift your perspective.
Just being able to put yourself in other people's shoes. If you can put yourself in other people's shoes, it will help you in life more than almost anything else.
Final question. We have a channel. We inspire young entrepreneurs to get out there, see what's possible. What message do you have to the younger generation?
Elon Musk, look at even Jeff Bezos. The thing that they thought about when they were in their youth wasn't like Jeff Bezos talks about how he wanted to be a physicist and then ultimately he wanted to go into space. And his valedictory address in high school was about how he wanted to go into space. And that's what he ended up doing. So these are people that had the bigger picture. They didn't set out to just make $1 million by the time they were 20 or 30. They realized that they had a deeper mission in life. And I think that's why they got rewarded with the money, but that's not really what's important to them.
100%. And that's what's able to keep them motivated. Love it. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Yo, could I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
How did you make your first $1 million?
Mobile apps.
Through mobile apps. What does your app do? What's it called?
It's called Settlemate. It helps people find class action lawsuits and helps people claim money that they're owed because companies are breaking the law and you deserve money for that. So
how much money is this app making a year right now?
8 figures.
Over $10 million a year from this app?
Yeah.
So take me back. How old are you?
Just turned 25.
You're just turned 25 years old. You own an app that's doing over $10 million a year. Take me back. Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, yeah. Started broke.
Where do you see the opportunities right now to the younger generation that's trying to figure out how to make money?
Get into consumer apps. That's just kind of the wave right now.
How do they get started in consumer apps? What do they do? How do they go from 0 to 1?
Put yourself out there. Go meet people. Twitter is a big one.
Yep.
Meet people on Twitter. Find people who know what they're talking about. Be able to recognize who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. I think being young is incredibly valuable and people want to help young people. So use that to your advantage. Use the fact that you're young and you want to do something and people will gravitate towards you. Because, I mean, even me especially, like I love young talent, like I've hired a bunch of young engineers.
What do you look for when you're hiring young talent?
Somebody who would be successful with or without me. Like you can kind of tell when someone has that drive and passion and they're going to make it because they're just so hungry. So I think I look for hunger.
And we have a channel. We inspire young entrepreneurs. What advice do you have to them?
Stay curious and try things and don't listen to everything you read on the internet.
Thank you, man.
Sure.
Legend. Let's go.
Sure.
We just ran into a 25-year-old making over $10 million a year with an app on the internet. Crazy. Sir, can I ask you a question about how you made your first $1 million?
No, that's okay, man. But I appreciate what you're doing.
No? Okay, every day. Some people are like, can't wait to be on camera. Some people can't wait to walk away from us. It's very funny. Some people are just camera shy, I guess. We're gonna keep pushing though. How'd you guys make your first $1 million?
Amazon.
What's the most amount of money you ever made in a single year?
I can show a month.
Show me a month. How old are you?
16.
16 years old. Let's see. I need proof.
377,000.
$377,000 in one single month.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
16.
You're 16 years old. Well, what do you do to make $377,000 in a month at 16
I resell brand name products.
on Amazon?
Yes.
So you get brands that already have a brand name that people already want. You make your own Amazon.
Like Target or Walmart, sell it back on Amazon for a profit.
So how old are you when you bought this yours?
I bought this at 17 like a month ago.
This is unreal. So you're 17 years old. You just bought a $250,000 car.
Yeah.
How'd you make this money?
Off reselling. So I teach people how to buy and sell for low. So this watch right here, you can buy it for $500 and you can sell it for $2,000.
How does that work?
You wholesale from China. So China obviously is where everything's made. So what you do is you buy it for a low price and then you sell it here in the US for a more expensive price. So I buy this for $500. I can sell on Facebook and offer it, like Facebook Marketplace, like a basic one. A lot of people like wearing this kind of stuff. So they wear it for themselves. So just to look nice, but I profit a lot off it.
Have you always been an entrepreneur? How'd you get into this?
So about a year and a half ago, I got cheated on. So I had that motivation to start making money. So
Were you an entrepreneur before you got cheated on? Or was that kind of like your villain arc?
turning point.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to lock in. So I bought products for like $30 and I started selling them on Facebook for 80 plus.
Yep.
And I started making enough profit to kind of expand, diversitize in new products. And then eventually I started scaling on social media and online reselling. So I went from local like Facebook, OfferUp, the basic ones, to starting like eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. And then eventually I started teaching people on social media how to do that.
Yep.
And I started making more money off of doing that than actually physically reselling. So I make more money teaching people how to resell than actually reselling now.
And you use WAP to teach people? Is that the platform you use?
WAP, yes, it was like I had a Discord.
Yep.
But I sell like the vendors. So the vendors, like you pay $10 and I can sell you the supplier for this. But yeah, I would use WAP to kind of like teach people.
And what's the most amount of money you ever made on WAP?
On WAP, it was 30K.
Wow, that's unreal. So, a couple more questions for you. Have you ever been broke before?
Well, I mean, if you consider not having money at 17 years old broke, then yeah.
And
16.
At 16 years old, you were broke. At 17 years old, you just bought a $250,000 car.
Yeah.
What was that mentality switch? You said you got cheated on.
Yeah.
What was it inside that made you realize I need to shift my mentality and go figure out how to go make money?
Well, I realized nobody was coming to save me. I always knew I was going to get rich, but it was like a matter of time. I just had to figure it out. But I was like, either go to college and waste 4 years for a 60 to 100K salary, or I start making money at a young age and never have to worry about anything again.
I always say, what advice do you have for the younger generation? But you are the younger generation. So what do you say to them? Your peers watching it.
Bro, just start. Like, you have nothing to lose. You're young. You have, you're probably in high school, maybe even middle school. Maybe you're in college, but you have a whole life ahead of you. You either spend, the next couple of years trying to find a job. Like, if you want to be a doctor, it takes 5 to 10 years just to like lock in. But you could literally be doing that at 17. Like, I'm literally doing more than doctors at 17 just off of reselling products. And now I teach people how to do it. So if I could do it, you can too. You can start with as little as $20. Yeah. I have I give a supplier for free. It's moistify.com, moicify.com. You can literally buy $20 earrings made out of silver and moissanite. They pass the diamond tester. You can sell them to people for $200. $20 to $200. That's a 10x profit. And you can use that money to invest in more products and then scale your business even further. If you're making an excuse, I don't have money, I don't have time, just start with something simple. Start with something just start.
Love it, man. Thank you so much. We just met a 17-year-old kid driving a $200,000 Lamborghini. Anything is possible. Put yourself out there. How did you make your first $1 million?
Selling supplements.
What does that mean? What kind of supplements?
We have the world's best creatine.
What's it called?
It's called Instantized Creatine.
You founded Instantized Creatine.
Yep.
What's the most amount of money you've ever made in a single year selling creatine?
Me personally or the brand?
The brand.
The brand will do $25 million this year.
You own a brand that does $25 million a year. And how old are you?
27.
27 years old, and your brand does $25 million a year. Yeah. That's incredible. How did you get into this? How did you get into this line of business? How did you know how to go from 0 to 1?
So I grew up in the fitness industry and met some people who had created the product that we launched with. Struggled for probably 6 or 7 years, not really producing profit or really anything until I started learning Facebook ads, direct response marketing. And once we really started learning the marketing, then just scaled from there.
What kept you going through those 6 or 7 years where you weren't profitable? I mean, that's over half a decade of running an unprofitable business.
Yeah.
What kept you going through that?
I think honestly, just being young and dumb enough. Like I think that's why everyone should start young, and don't wait till you're 30 to start a business or start your career, because you're going to have kids, you're going to have a wife, right? And you're going to have all these things that keep you from taking risks and just going after it. And you need to make money. So we didn't need to make money for the first, 5 to 8 years of the brand. So I didn't take any money out, and that allowed us to get profitable and scale.
How were you able to pay your rent and pay for food if the brand was not profitable? What were you doing other hustles on the side?
I sold door to door for a few years, and would use that money to pay for, I went to school for a little bit as well. So I used the money from door to door to pay for school and just for, living. And then until the brand made enough to actually produce a living from.
That's amazing. A few more questions for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been broke before?
Yeah, I've been super broke. I mean, I remember when me and my wife were dating, and I had literally $20 in my pocket to had to get gas in my truck and pay for a date. So went to Chipotle, split a Chipotle bowl, and that was our date because that was all I had.
Wow. So your wife has been there really from rock bottom for the whole ride.
Yeah. So she has designer bags now, but started with going to Chipotle and splitting a Chipotle bowl with me.
How did you know that she was the one originally? She just stayed with you. She believed in you.
Yeah.
Was that motivating factor of her belief in you a big reason why you kept going?
Oh, it was a huge reason. I mean, there was times where I wanted to quit, or I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I should just go to get a job. Maybe I should go back to school, whatever. And she was the one that was like, babe, you got this. I believe in you. Like, you love it. Like, let's keep going. And so she was a huge reason that we're successful, and a huge reason why I married her was because of that support.
I love that. And what was that mental shift like to go from broke to making, maybe your first $1 million? What age did you make your first million?
Yeah, I was 23 when I made my first $1 million. I think honestly the biggest realization I had was I made $1 million and I was basically depressed, and realized that money wasn't going to bring me happiness, but it was the progress, the growth on the journey. And so it really shifted my perspective from being just fully focused on money to, hey, how do we use this as an opportunity to grow? How do we use the opportunity to help people? How do we use that opportunity to have cool experiences, have fun, fly out to Beverly Hills, do something fun like, we've been able to do with my family. So those are the cool things that I think came from it, that shifted from the beginning, where it's just like, hey, I just want to make money,
Yeah, that's incredible. So we have a channel where we inspire young entrepreneurs. What advice do you have to younger generation, and what advice do you have for them to go from 0 to 1 and really get off the ground and start that business?
Two things I would say. One is start early and just be patient. I mean, it's going to take longer than you think, but once it starts happening, it's faster than you think. And then the second thing I would say is just, it's all about the offer. Like, the best business advice is that when you create the best offer, you win. And so that's really what shifted for us. We were 5-6 years making not really any money to scaling to, $25 million in just a couple of years. It all came down to the offer. So, start early, be patient, and create a really sexy offer.
I love that. Find product market fit. Find a hole in the market and exploit that niche.
Absolutely.
If you're making $25 million a year, what keeps you motivated? What keeps your foot on the gas?
That's a great question. And it's like what I said before, it's figuring out that money really doesn't solve all of life's problems. It fixes some things, but at the end of the day, happiness comes from growth and progress. And so the thing that keeps me motivated and excited and wanting to push more is really about the growth. And dollars are really just a representation of growth, in my opinion, but it's also growth in my family, it's growth in my health, my fitness, all of those areas. And so, at the end of the day, the thing that actually makes me feel good and happy is progress, and remembering that's what keeps me going.
Love it, man. Thank you so much. Congrats on the brand. Love the brand.
Thank you, bro.
You look fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 3 on Rodeo Drive, the wealthiest street in all of America.